Hello and welcome back to Farming Simulator 25. You may notice that we have advanced from September to November and we missed the month of October. There is a reason for that. I'll tell you what it is right now. I don't know if I completed it. I did not. So this Deadwood contract I started to do in that episode, and it took me pretty much the entire video to figure out how to sell a trailer full of wood. And because of that, I decided not to upload that. I know that these long plays can be a little bit boring, but watching my struggle to sell a trailer load of wood for 600 bucks probably wasn't really worth it. So we do have some contracts here. We could do cotton. That'd probably take some time, but it is right there. We got a mowing contract. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to do this mowing contract right here. We're going to accept this contract. And while we're at it, we're going to, oh shoot. I accepted it and didn't lease it. Darn it. That sucks. I hate this mower here. We are not going to do it. We're going to cancel it. Yep, boom. Should we do the cotton? I mean, our transfer isn't that far. We make a lot of money. Let's borrow the items, and I guess we're going to do this cotton. Oh, that sucks. This is going to take some time, guys. So, if you're curious on how much time it's going to take, I have no clue. But that's a big build, I know that, and this is not a wide tractor. But what it will do is make us some money. Come on, get out of my way. We got these idiots that make my life even more miserable. Fortunately, we don't have to go too far. Nobody knows how to stop at their stop signs. I mean, granted, I don't stop either, but surprised that I haven't seen a corn harvest yet. I mean, honestly, there should have been a corn harvest. I have learned that even if you put so I rolled hay to get the tractor on the last in October. That was the first thing I did, was wrapped hay. And I thought, hey, I could put these bales on the tractor, but nope, that doesn't work either. You still don't get the money for it. I was trying to figure it out. Yep, don't stop again. Okay, I have never did cotton before, so this is going to be fun. We want to unfold it. We want to lower it, and then we want to turn it on. And this might be one we want to do this way. I'm not quite for sure. I can't really see that well on it, so I'm going to say no. This is how I want to do this, but anyway, let's at least get going. If you guys have any suggestions, make sure you put it in the comment section, because I'll tell you what, I don't know what I'm doing here. Now we're going to come back and get that. I'll get back on there in a second. There we go. It's kind of taking care of this little corner here. Things that drive me up the wall about these fields are how ununiform they are. And I understand sometimes fields have to be ununiform, but this field didn't have to be this ununiform. Wow, the sun's coming up. If you want to skip forward some, you probably can. I gotta imagine this is probably going to take 30 minutes or so, I completely understand if you skip forward in the video. Okay, so we have an automatic drop, so I am going to turn that on. I'm not for sure how we pick up our bales of hay. definitely hurts. Getting the field done. I think if we were doing cotton, we'd almost need on a field like this. It would be to our advantage to have 2 cotton combines and having the AI worker work as well as ourselves on this. Because this field is huge. Granted, it's worth 14,000, almost 15. Well, after our lease, it's only going to be worth about 13,000, but that is a decent amount of cash. This all wrapped up here pretty quick, at least this little corner. And once we get these 2 corners done, that really, you know, after this we'll start literally shrinking the field. Right now we're not shrinking the field at all. Is to shrink this field. At the percentage we're complete, and we are only 12% complete at the moment. But at 12% complete, I have to say we're hurting. isn't square either. Let's square this off after we get the other side squared off. say is this combine turns on a dime, which is pretty good. So we've gotten rid of that part of the curvature of this field, kind of squaring it up. Just about ready to hit 20% complete on the field. And report on harvest time, 20% is about 15 months. So, granted, we only go to 80%, so it's probably going to take me about an hour total to harvest this field. This will end up at 80%, so we're a quarter of the way done here. just about ready to drop our first bale. We're at 80% full. Oops. That was not my plan. I didn't... I was trying to... Oops. Definitely wasted a little bit of time there. going to shrink this area here a little bit. It is. Let's drop that out right there. Our first bale of cotton has been dropped at 32% complete. This is going to go to 80%, so yeah, there will be a total of 3 bales. Oops. We've got to lower it and turn it on. And because that bale, so 20,000 liters is the number. Because that baler is in my way, I need to do this. Shrinking the field. I'm going to go make one down pass, and then we're going to go to the other side. Truck can only hold one bale at a time, so I wonder if we gotta go pick up, drop off, pick up, drop off. And there we go. There's no cruise control, but I was thirsty. Had to take a drink of Mountain Dew. This is some hard work here. Money we'll get in the extra percentage of harvest on this. I think we deserve a decent chunk. shortened. You know, I now can see my bale up there. Sure what the precision farming is really doing for me. I kind of look at that over there every once in a while, and I'm just, as I said, not really seeing what it's doing. Complete in the harvesting, which means I'm about 50% done with the field, because we'll end this at 80%. We have definitely shortened this end up a little bit. do it another way and do 3 rows, 3 rows, 3 3 3s, just to kind of make a change in the pattern. I think maybe that's what I'll do. So we're going to go down this row here, then we'll come back, and then on this side we'll go down, and then we'll come back up and go down, and then we'll do the same on that side, and we will slowly but surely square this out. And, well, it's already squared out, but shrink it down so we will be close to done. Back down to the other side, we should be 50% complete, which means we only need to do another 30% of the field, even though we'll do more than that, because anything we do extra will actually make us some money. shorten up this field even more. Should be about 64% complete on the harvesting when we will dump another bale. Right now we're at about 62% on the bale. So we've got a little ways to go to dump that next bale. short, but the long way. To go this way, 3 of those makes 1%, or just under, just about 1%, so 2. So that would beat our lot. Just trying to figure out the math on how much more minimal passes we got. And we will be dropping our second bale, and we won't bill a full third bale, so we'll have 2 full bales and a partial. 93% complete. To drop our next bale, or 64%. We only have 16 more percent of this field to do. We've got about 600 liters before we drop the bale, and it's going up pretty darn fast at the moment. 97% on the bale. 65% complete, so we got 15% left. Oh, we're coming so close, right there. Let's wrap this off over here. Right here. Wasn't planning to do that, but guess what? Sometimes that's how it works out. So we got 65%, so let's see what our percentage is going down. And then we should be able to figure out how many more passes we got. Right now, we are getting close to done, and I am feeling it. that's pretty much 2% plus a little extra. So that's 6 passes, maybe just a little less than 6 passes here, or a little more than 6. This is pass number 1. There's cruise control. If there is cruise control and I just don't know where it's at, please let me know in the comments. And if you know where cruise control is and you let me know in the comments, then guess what? I will know that you watched at least until the first hour. Better be worth 14. I think this was 14,000, so I'm going to get about 12. And I'm hoping to get more than $1,300 in the aspect of the sell-off on the material. So if I get more than that, then this was well worth the harvest. for us. Turn it off. We need a lift. And what do? Does I unload Y? How do I unload it? Z, turn off automatic drop. X. Yeah. Reset bell counter, turn on. I? L? There we go. Y. Y unloads it. There we go. We'll let them do that. We'll come over and pick up our cotton. Might be able to put 2 bales in there. That's what I'm thinking. That looks like 2 bales. I don't know about you guys, but what you think, but I'm thinking 2. Fortunately, we don't have to go very far, and yeah, took about an hour to harvest that, just a little over an hour. Now, I've never loaded cotton bales on a truck, so I'm not for sure how this is gonna work. But I think we're going to come up next to it. I think we need to back up. Nope. That's close. Let's say B. Load it up. Okay, that got it. Yeah, I think we can do 2. I'm not good at backing up, I'll tell you that much. Can we get a third? No. B? Okay, we just have to go over there, so we're not too far away. Where's my other bale of cotton at? There it is. I'm gonna say, that's my money right there. Okay, we gotta turn here. Go across the river. Not hit the school bus, even though, man, you shouldn't have been in my way, school bus. That's all I gotta say on that one. I'm guessing we unload here, right? This is where they want me to be. Unload bales. Am I missing something? This is where I need to be at. I'm going to pull forward. Because I do have super strength, so if I gotta carry these things, I can carry them. Just looking to see if I needed to come down here or something like that. I'm not seeing anything there. Is there a way to jump the fence here? Nope. And I don't need to do that. No, I don't need to go into the lime. So this is where they need to be at. Maybe they're not in the... Did that do it? Yeah, that did it. There we go. Boom. Yeah. Okay, we're 98% complete. That's good news. So we just needed to get it closer to it. That's why I got super strength. Just in case you were wondering. I will tell you, they have made driving this truck kind of like it struggles. I mean, the way this thing drives, I don't think I would be out purchasing this truck up here. I mean, first of all, why is it so long? I mean, that's the first question I would ask. And the second question I'd ask is, I just don't like the struggle. I guess that's not even a question, that's a statement. Is it B? Yeah, B. Come on. I mean, this definitely... The truck just struggles to operate, in my opinion. I mean, on a straightaway it does just fine, but when you're driving, you can definitely feel the struggle. Guess we want to unload right here. Y, right? Yeah. See if that works. Now let's see how much money we make just off of the cotton. Oh, well, you know what? That was definitely worth it. $16,000. Holy crap. Let's take a look at what else is out here. soybeans. We could do soybeans. Where are we going? That's down there and up there. Corn. That's not too far away. Small corn header, though. Oh, that's right next to each other, but that's a small header. I'd almost be tempted to do this one because we got to go up there anyway. And it's a bigger header. That might be a better one. I'm not quite for sure yet, but what else is there? There is some mowing contracts. Not going to do either one of those. Cultivating. We could do these cultivating contracts, for the most part, kind of small fields. We are going to... We got to collect 0, and we're going to collect that. Boom. And, oops, hit the wrong button. Hit the back button. And let's take a look at what we have for sale. That was a pretty good thing. There is a baler. That might be a thing I'd want. 59,000, is that a round bale? 100 horsepower, so I need a tractor. That's a round baler. That might be something we want to pick up. However, we need a contract, and what are we going to do? I'm thinking I'm going to do this cultivating one. It's close by. We're going to borrow. I mean, that's not the best cultivator in the world, but these other two are smaller, and so we can... Oh, yeah, we want to do that. And then this one here is pretty small as well and on the way, so we'll accept that. We'll back out. We'll hit our... I wanted to hit my tab button. Okay, well, you know what? We'll just superimpose. They're all pretty close. We're going to enter the vehicle. And these are probably the last 3 contracts we're going to do. But I do think I'm going to buy that baler today. That could come in handy. If we have a tractor from something else, we could do that and bale some stuff without it costing us that much money. At least round bales. Is this where we come in at? Yeah. Kind of a small field. I don't know how this tractor is going to perform in cultivating field 7. But we'll see. So far, it looks like it's doing just fine. We buy a baler. That gives us a couple of things that we need in the getting our farm up and going. We've got the trailer. We don't have a tractor yet, but we do have those things, and we just need probably a tractor, a mower, and a tedder, and a windrower. And then we could start buying our own farms and at least making a little bit of income every 3 months or so. This tractor doesn't move bad with this cultivator, I have to say that. So, but I am on flat land, so that's something to be aware of. But as I said, it's not moving bad with this. We'll see how it reacts on a hill, I think on the next one we do, but this flat property, doing pretty good. So performance-wise on this tractor, I would give it a B so far. I'm pretty happy with doing that cotton because we made a crap ton of money off of that. A lot more than what I thought I was going to make. So I know that might have been boring for you all, but turning that into a close to a $30,000 job. Actually, it was a little more than 30,000, 31,000. Very good for me, very profitable. And this tractor with this cultivator is not struggling, which is really good news. Because honestly, I could see it struggling. I will tell you, I can't remember if we were using that Ford with the cultivator in episode 1 or 2. I don't remember. It's been a while since I actually recorded those. This tractor is much better than that Ford was, and I think we're using the same size cultivator. But just the way this thing moves, this tractor is more built for the cultivator we got. So if you are playing Farming Tycoon and you made it this far in the video and you're curious if this cultivator works well with this tractor, I would say yes, it does. It works better than a couple of tractors I've used with cultivators in similar size. I'd probably give this a B, just an all-around B. It's comfortable, it's pretty easy to maneuver. I've got a field and it's not huge. This is probably something I'd use. I don't think it's a good cultivator for like the field that we just did the cotton with, but for something like this or smaller, absolutely. And the next two fields after this one are going to be half the size. I mean, we literally will be done at this point. So I would recommend this one. Getting our field done. We're at 56%. These days will be short days. I mean, the primary thing we did today was did the cotton. We are going to buy that baler. If you're curious, I made that decision before the end of the day. That baler is still there when we get done at the day. I am going to purchase that. That'll get me a baling trailer or a trailer plus a baler. And now this is a round baler, so what we probably want to do is lease equipment on square baling and then take round bale contracts as well. And we would be able to do both off of one contract or off of one tractor. Which would just make the whole process more profitable for us. And since I own the baler, I'm wondering if the straw that's left over, if I can keep that straw and then sell it. It is a thought that I'm having as we're getting closer to the end of the day here. And if you have made it this far in this video, I am definitely saying thank you very much. Very greatly appreciated. Just about 75% complete, and this field is going to go a lot faster now because as we complete this run right here, the field is going to start really shortening up on us. Every time we turn and go back and forth, the field is going to shorten up about I would say 5% of the distance. Maybe 3% of the distance. But back forth run, that's at least 6%. We're at 80% complete right now. Then we'll cruise up and we'll do, I think, field 13 first, and then we'll do field 28. And then I think that'll be the end of this day for us. Between the three, that'll give us about another $9,000. I would like to buy a cultivator. I mean, I would buy this cultivator and do small fields with it. I wouldn't do large fields. There's a bigger, better cultivator out there for that. Yeah, we're gonna miss a chunk there. That's okay. Our drunken cultivating right there. We are at 92% complete. Again, we're doing the drunken syndrome there, but there's only 2 more paths I think that we need to do here, so we're close to done. Come on, 99. Let's hit that last little bit right here. There we go. V and X. Okay, we need to... head up to field 13. Field 13 is pretty small. I do like that. And with the size of this cultivator, it should get it done pretty darn quick. And then once we get that, we got to run up to field 28. But we're looking at field 13 right here. And this thing is not big. But we're going to see how it will perform on a hill here. I am curious. So it feels like it struggles a little bit on a hill, this tractor does. So if your field is flat, this cultivator and this tractor work just fine. It does struggle on the hill. Even though it was doing 8 miles an hour, you could feel the struggle on it. And in my opinion, if this was my tractor and my field that I paid for in real life, it would put some quicker wear and tear on the tractor than what that flat field would do. I mean, like right now, it's moving along just fine. And you can actually tell, it's kind of like with the cotton when we were driving that tractor trailer, the semis, you could tell that that thing was struggling. I mean, they did a good job in that aspect, being able to feel the struggle, I guess is the best way to put it. See, we're going 9, but that thing's struggling, and you can see it dropping now. It is struggling. This thing is missing a few horses. And this hill isn't really even a steep incline, so something a little steeper, this would even be a tougher run. All right, we're running right at about 60% complete. See, like right here, it is struggling. I mean, that thing is struggling. But it's not struggling as bad as that Ford was. That Ford, and that was on flat land. It was, that thing just had no power. That, not a big deal. We're going to be 70% complete by the time we get down here. I was 70% complete already. Yeah, this field will be done pretty darn quick. I'm going to Start to do this like this. We're running 80% complete. Now we want to straighten that up. Well, we're not 90% complete yet. And I'm having a hard time driving straight at the moment. Oh, we're 95, 96% complete. This field's close to done. There we go. We're going to go around this way. Got a bunch of jaywalkers there. We're going to field 23, or no, 28. This is a small field. It's bigger than I thought it was going to be. The nice thing is it's kind of long, but it has that hill as well. Where we'll probably feel a little bit of the struggle, but we won't feel it as bad as the other one because the hill is on the short side of the field. And that's coming up this way. But yeah, you can feel that thing struggle. That thing is... I was thinking that thing might drop down to a good old 7 miles an hour. Whew. Drunken tractor. But look how fast this thing's cultivating. We're already at 35% complete. Haven't even made a full round yet. We'll be close to 40%. By the time we hit the full round. It is at 40%. Look at that. This field is being taken care of nice and quickly. Yeah, look, Bill, that struggle. 2 miles an hour. I mean, that's the struggle right there. This thing is not built for that. However, we're almost done with this field. We're already at 80% complete. This was a nice, easy field to do with this. Bam, done. There we go. Let's hit the escape button. Let's complete these contracts. We can collect our money. I'll look at the active ones. A lot of harvesting ones, but we can't do those. Take too much time, and so there we go. We're going to travel back to our home. We'll visit, but we want to buy this right here. This is what we're going to buy. We are going to come in, take a look. I think we'll change the wheels. That won't cost me any money. Standard setup. We want the net in there. There we go, 60,000. No, we're going to back out. We're not going to charge the fee. This is used. And we are going to buy it. Yes. Okay. So there we go. We have purchased another vehicle. If you want to take a look at it, we got to hit the escape button real quick. Go to our vehicle, which is right here. We'll visit. And this is our baler. Let's give myself super strength at the moment. I'll move my baler over here. That's pretty good. This is my trailer. So I have a baler and a trailer. So yeah, we're in pretty good shape. We have 2 items. Now we got to make them worthwhile and make them so that we can get paid. But at the moment, that will end this episode. If you made it this far, thank you very much. And with that said, stay safe and bye for now.